A lot of people have been getting a lot of good value out of my Garmin 920 versus Garmin 910 XT review. And so we thought we'd do a little user guide and kind of show you hands-on a couple of the advantages of the 920. The 910 is getting a little bit old now, so it's pretty much a one-horse show. So we'll do a little bit of comparison with the 910, and then we'll move on to the 920 and its features. So both of you've got the 910 right here and the 920 right here, and they're both off. So we'll turn them on right now. So we'll probably do the 910 first. It's going to be a little bit slower. And the first thing that we want to check is the load speed for the satellites. So the Garmin 910 is locating already. And it's loading. So it's still loading. And the Garmin 910 is still loading. Okay, well this is getting a little bit boring. Let's just move over to the Garmin 920 and let's see how fast it loads. Oh, it's loaded already. Okay, so that gives you a little bit of a comparison about how quickly the 920 is going to load versus the 910. The 920 is, it's very fast, usually about 5 seconds, whereas for some reason, I don't know what the deal is with the technology in the 910, but it's much slower. So that's just what I wanted to show you with the 910 versus the 920. Also, you can kind of see the size. This one has the quick set on it, but as you can see, even without that, it's going to be quite a bit larger and heavier than the 920. So let's take that one away and we'll focus on the 920 for now. So I want to run through some features. The first thing that you would probably want to see are the different modes. So we've got just the normal running mode for outside, indoor running, riding outdoors, riding indoors, pool swimming, open water swimming, and finally a triathlon. So to go to the different modes, it's very easy. You just click the enter button from this main screen. That would take you into the run mode. You can go back with the back button and then go to another mode. So in the run mode, you can play with the different fields. So right here, I have the fields set up how I like to have them. And so you can play around with this. I've got one for like lap intervals. I've got one for heart rate. I've got one for elevation and grade. I've got the map. And I've basically got one that's kind of my running totals and then my pace and my cadence all on the same one. And that's more just because I ran out of fields there. So those are my running modes. We'll go into my cycling modes. I'll show you how I have that set up. Again, I have kind of my running totals, so the timer, distance, and average speed. So that'll kind of track my totals during a ride. Another lap feature field. So there I've got lap speed, lap distance, and lap time. I've got a speed and heart rate, so I can see the relationship between my speed and my heart rate when I'm riding. And then I've got one for power, one screen for power. So I've got my 3-second average power, my speed and my cadence, so I can see the relationship there. And then I've got the map. So the thing that I don't have for cycling is I ran out of room. I don't have the altitude on here, but you can get altitude and it'll display your altitude instantaneously. So you might be wondering how you can adjust your fields. So to do that, you want to go into activity settings, data screens, and then these different screen options are where you adjust the options that you have for the different screens. So right here, you can probably see you can play with They have it nicely sorted between timer fields, distance fields, speed fields, heart rate fields, cadence fields, power fields, elevation fields, and other fields. So there's lots of different options there. So that's how you would go and adjust your data fields. The pool swimming feature is quite nice. It does accurately handle your distance in the pool and your speed and even what stroke you're doing. The Garmin 920 is smart enough to know kind of the different movements that you make with your arm that would equate to free back or breast and possibly fly. I can't really do fly, so that's not a concern for me. So going into the pool swim, I have this set for a 25-yard pool. These I've basically just left as the default fields. So you've got your interval time and distance, your total time and distance, your interval pace, interval stroke length, and S-Wolf, I don't even know what that is. Drill log, so if you're not doing one of the normal strokes and your arm isn't really moving normally, you can track your yardage manually. You do that by hitting this back or lap button and then hitting it again, and then you manually enter your distance. So if you were doing a drill or kicking, this is the feature that you'd want to use. So if you did want to adjust your activity settings for the pool, you can go to the pool size here under activity settings, and you can set it to 50 meters, 25 yards, 33 1/3 meters, or 33 1/3 yards, or there should be 25 meters as well. There it is. In open water, you know, it's going to work fairly similar to the run mode. You're going to get time and distance, interval time if you want that for open water, your interval pace, and you could add more if you wanted. And when you're racing, you probably want to have it in the triathlon feature, because it will, you hit the lap button, like between the swim, the bike, and the run, you can get your normal fields that you use for your normal workouts to show up. So it'll automatically switch between your normal open water swimming fields, your cycling fields, and your running fields. And you do have to hit the lap button twice to accommodate your transitions there. So that's just a brief user guide of the Garmin 920. I hope that'll help you kind of get a feel for this watch. It is really handy. We could actually try going for a workout really quick here. We are filming with the same phone that this is going to upload to, but let's say I wanted to do a workout. Here's a 10-second run. So I just finished my workout. It's going to ask me to save it. So I could either resume, save, or discard. And so I'm going to save. And then it's going to give me my totals. I could just look in it here as far as the details and the laps and the map of what I just did. Or I could just click done. I could look in my history in the watch later. And these little arrows are saying that it's uploading to my watch right now, or to my phone right now, and it will upload in about, I don't know, whatever that was, 15 seconds. So now it's gone to my phone, and having set things up with my phone a little bit with the Bluetooth, it will go to Garmin Connect, then it's going to go to Strava, and I also have it connected to Training Peaks. So all my data is there. I don't have to go in and enter anything manually. It's already transferred all my information from the watch, which is really handy. It takes a lot of the paperwork out of having to track all your workouts. So I guess that covers it. Leave a comment in this post if you need more advice on how to use the Garmin 920 XT.